Hello, Evo Flippers, and welcome to our week 3 Learning Culture Creating Flipped Learning Lessons. In this week, we are going to explore the L pillar of the Flipped Learning Network. We are going to reflect on the learning culture and the teacher and learner's role in the learning process in a flipped environment. We are also going to study and share flipped learning lesson plans from moderators and other resources for you to have an idea on how to create your own lesson plan, which we're going to create too. There are some formats, there are some layout samples. They are not examples, or they are not what you are expected to do, but they are just a way to show you, what other educators have done and what you can do with your own lesson plan. So the key questions for this week are reflection questions. These are: what kind of opportunities do you give students to engage with the content without you being central? And how do you scaffold activities for students? If you have examples, that would be great for you to share with us. If you scroll down in our page, you're going to see the pillar, the learning culture pillar. So I invite you to read it thoroughly and start thinking about your own context for this pillar. Also, these are the two indicators for the learning culture. So this week, the benchmarks are: you will have discussed the learning culture pillar, you will have created a flipped lesson plan, and you will have posted your materials on the Google Plus for week 3. Okay, so let's keep going on our Anvil page. So the tasks are outlined here. You have different things to do. Some of them are just to read and watch. Some other things are to do, to create your lesson plan. So we will give you the resources for you to work on your lesson plan by yourself. Of course, you have your own formats, your own ideas on how a lesson plan should be constructed. But here we just want to share, what we have done, just in case it helps you construct your own. So Bloom's taxonomy is key for flipped learning. We have mentioned it kind of on the border, let's say, like on the surface, but we haven't really gotten in depth into Bloom's taxonomy. So this week, we invite you to use Bloom's taxonomy, the inverted one that we have in this image right here, to think about what portions of your lesson should go outside of class and what portions of your lesson should go in class. And so if we take Bloom's taxonomy, we will say understanding and remembering, and all of the tasks and actions that students can do in those two different thinking skills can go outside of class. And then applying, creating, evaluating, and analyzing can be part of what you do in the classroom. So take that into consideration as you prepare your activities in your lesson plan. So in our resources and ideas tab, you have different resources for this week. You have a video by Frank, an EFL teacher, talking about how he has created a learning culture for his students. So as you watch the video, I invite you to think of the questions that we have right here. What do you think about his ideas? Do you see yourself doing the same activities he proposes? Just think about this, take some notes, make a real active watching of this video. Then we have the famous in-class flip that we mentioned so much in the session with John, and that we discussed. Some of you have discussed this with Marta when you have asked for young learners. So here are some materials for you. You have the in-class flip video proposed by Jennifer Gonzalez, who coined the term. Then we have a blog right here that you can go and check, what she explains the in-class flip is. You can see also Marta and Carolina's take on in-class flip presented at the 51st as a copy conference in Bogota, Colombia. And in there, that's the link to Marta's blog. You can check her first experience with in-class flip as well. So if you're interested in the topic, there are some resources that you can tackle for in-class flip. Also, we share here with you some lesson plan samples. This is John Barkman's lesson plan format that is found in the certification he was talking about. Then we have a writing lesson plan that my colleague and I came up with, and we have an in-class flip layout. So you are invited to look at them, use them, print them out, fill them in. But also, if you want to create your own format based on ours, that's fabulous, and do please share with us. Another resource we want to share with you this week is the Bloom's Taxonomy Teacher Planning Kit, which has, the different thinking skills, lower order thinking skills and higher level thinking skills. And you have keywords for designing your objectives. You have actions you can take in class. You have outcomes, visible outcomes for each one of them. And you also have questions that you can use and build into your interactivity activities. So we invite you to use this tool as well when doing your lesson plan. So as Google Plus is one of our tools for the session, we invite you to create your lesson plans using Google so that you can share them easily in the forum. So how do you do? When you have your lesson plan ready, what you do is you click on post, yeah, you write something, just a little introduction for us. Then you add the link to your Google Drive file in here. So you grab the link from your drive and you take it to our Google Plus. You click OK and voila, there we all have your lesson plan. Okay. Then you just click on post and it is going to tell you to put it in week 3 lesson plans. So that's it. Everyone can see it on the right spot, right? Also, for this week, we have discussion. So here are the discussion questions. Well, actually, we just have one. How can you create a culture of learning in your own context by flipping your course, class, or lesson? So in Google Plus, the space to do that is under week 3, we have Pillar L, Learning Culture. So you can just go ahead and post something here. Yeah. Once again, when you have finished your post, you choose the right space, which is week 3, Pillar L, Learning Culture, for the discussion. Okay. And there we go. We are all ready. Okay. We also invite you to check some of the additional resources that we have in Anvil. If you click on week 3, you are going to see that we have some lesson plans and some lessons created and taught by our moderators. So we have a Khalid sample EFL lesson. We have the harness method and flip learning by Kevin, flip learning in graduate teaching course by me, and so on. You have content-based adult literacy. So just for you to get an idea, of what lessons can be done, we invite you to do that. And also, we invite you to attend our synchronous session on Sunday, January 29th, with Ken Bauer from Tecnológico de Monterrey. He is in the computer sciences, but he has been flipping for quite some time. And he's offered a free professional development course for teachers at the Tecnológico de Monterrey, and also available for everyone on flipped learning. So he is also very knowledgeable of the topic. He's very experienced, and he's really willing to share with all of us. So we expect to have you on Sunday session, and we expect to hear from you during the week in our Google Plus. So welcome to week 3, everybody.